It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing after 800 laps at Indianapolis last weekend for many of these drivers. It is a little bit of downtime before they take the assault back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway one more time for Indy Open weekend at the Brickyard. But before we get there, the Indy Oval Series has a little stop here at Iowa for 110 laps tonight to continue the Indy Oval campaign for the season. Hello again, everybody. I am Gary Gotso. Good evening and welcome to P1's broadcasting of our signature presentation of Round 9, Week 9 of Season 2 of 2025 with the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split coming to you from Iowa Speedway, presented by Topia Systems. We're going to jump into this thing real quick. 112 on the track temp, 78 on the ambient. We are already lining up, and joining me in the booth is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, welcome back to Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa. You're going to start the grid first, and then we can make some comments, picks and tricks and things about the track.
Sure, we can get into the starting lineup here. Remember, we got 2 laps before we go green, and not a big field tonight. Only 21 cars in the top split, so a couple names that we'll see for the first time, and that will be lining up on the grid. Here we go with tonight's starting lineup from Iowa Speedway, just outside of Des Moines. Let's get their numbers in there. There we go. And on the pole, haven't seen him up on the front row lately, but he's back. Tony Pizarro is your pole sitter with a 185.3. Trey Shadid right next to him with a 185.1. Pinero, rough week for him last week. Missed out on an Indy 500 win in the Elite Racing League, and then missed out on the fixed top splits. Looking to redeem himself now this week, and leading into the stretch run of the Elite Racing League. He lines up third. Brashear, he's the fastest car in the 184 bracket, the top 3 in the 185s. Ward and Ponto back on row 3. For Porty and Fortson, row 4. Clindy continuing the march to the series championship, and Vitor back on row 5. Got the boss, El Patron, back next to the Roman Zini on row 6. Lilac and Hayward, Miss Excitement on row 7. We got Collins and Quilla, teammates on row 8. Pizarro and Edwards. Pizarro, actually, he's the racing protege a little bit of Pinero a little bit. They're back on row 9 with Edwards. Berto trolling us with the Formula 1 livery. In row 10, Alexander, also back there in row 10. Looks like Pinero wanted to go 3 wide start on this one. And we got Austin Bloom. And I believe this is the first time we're seeing him on the top split. If it is, first time in a while, starting back in row 11.
With all the Formula 1 livery over there. So, tricks, entry to the pit, nothing about it coming to the turn 3, just directly on 4, go to the apron and try to brake, don't hit don't hit the wall in there, in the separation between the X or the last or the previous pit entry with the new one. Exit very slippery when you're exit over there and the exit of pit road. So 7 tires and 112. It's not really too hot, but it's still that because we have 110 in fixed now. That's a lot. Before we did 80, 90 long time ago, and sometimes getting short and then long. But it's good though.
Here we go. Green flag in the air. And Tony Pizarro, as we got a car already at his Brashear into the wall.
Ponto, I think so, is in the wall.
Ponto, okay, and he might have been forgiven, but we got 2 cars side by side, and that is Brashear, excuse me. I think we saw a little bit of a side check there. Back up front, it is Pizarro, the leader. Shadid, Pinero, and Ward, and for Porty. Now Clindy up into the top 5.
So Yeah, you're right. Was Preto in the wall, but Ponto have a front wing forgiven for him. So at least he's still in the 7. He lose only 1 position with that incident.
Already beaten and banging on a short track. 3 laps into this, coming to the completion of start of lap 4. Pizarro, Shadid, Pinero, Ward, Clinton, your top 5. For Porty, Ponto, Brashear, Fortin, and Vitor, your top 10. Tony with the clean racetrack in front of him in the Tide Ride, setting purple laps here early as he is ripping the top side here.
I have a 1 point
Go
to say
ahead.
about this. Pinheiro, this first time to see Pinheiro with 6.5K, and Clendy is the number 1 car in the session.
Yes.
With 6.8. So the only guy to get 7K over the 7K only in an IndyCar is Maleska in that time. And that time is really hard to go into 7K only in IndyCar. If you want to go 7K, 8K, you have to go to NASCAR because it's the split is more high and also the I rating is more high. You can figure out from that time to now, the level is really high and Clendy is doing pretty good with the I rating winning every single week. So really impressed for Clendy.
A little further back, watching Antonio Estrada, Lilac Zier, as they are side by side. Antonio way up high, following the tire track of his teammates. That is Jacob Collins. Jacob fighting it out for 3rd place in the standings. Here are the standings coming into today's race. You see Clindy and Quilla. 1st and 2nd, Pizarro just behind Quilla, barely. And Jacob Collins a little bit behind Pizarro.
Yeah, we are 3 to go without count this. Homses is the next one, Autoclub or Fontana, and in 2 weeks, and then New Hampshire. Nobody wanna race New Hampshire, but at least
Nobody wants to race New Hampshire.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like let's at least congrats for maybe just final race of the season. So that's 2 to go, and Clendy have a lot. I said, wait it to the end. You have to wait it to the end. Everything's gonna happen in the championship. So I know you have a 300 points over Quilla, as a teammate, but have to wait to the end for everything.
Watching a battle between Caleb Brashear, Matthew Ponto, and Tristan Fortson, the 3rd car in line, that red and silver car. He's been ripping the top now. He's going to the bottom. For Porty, the mailman, leading this group right now. He is in 6th. We go 3 wide, 3 different lines through the corner.
We didn't mention, so Shadid is over there, closest Pinheiro in 1 second, and Pizarro is went way for 2.3, 2.4 now second on the front with the fastest lap, 17.8. So pretty fast, and it's getting close on the very little bit close on the Olivia in the back of the tail on the group. The same group where you mentioned about the Fraporte is the lead front sticks.
And watching a pretty close battle here between Pinero and Josh Ward. Clindy just hanging out back behind him in 5th. Lap 16 of 110. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We will see you later this week, Friday night, for the top split on the 9 p.m. Eastern time slot of the fixed Indy, or the open Indy 500. That'll be the next time you'll see us on the air. So be sure to join us 9 p.m. Eastern time on Friday night for the top split. Fastest qualifiers for the Indy Open Indy 500.
gonna be over there. Marco Brasil, Marco Aurelio. What else? Blocker maybe no, because it's gonna be busy in IndyCar. All the Aleska.
Right now, Hamilton is on the pole again, and Malechka's second. Of course, they will have time during the week to improve those times, but that is your currently your front row right now.
Nice. Let's see. I didn't see yet the standing, but all the open people like around, they're gonna be in that.
And we see a battle back for 11th, 12th, and 13th. Romanzini lost a couple spots and just about a lap as Collins and kind of an associative teammate, Seb Alexander Collins, pulls him on around. Rogue has been working with IAR a little bit, and they're teaming up here in the mid-pack to try to crack into the top 10. Just ahead of them is Vitor with the Leader Energy entry, and right behind in front of them, is Tristan Fortson in the Track Racing entry. And again, in front of Fortson is the mailman, Adriano Fraporti. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split presented by Topia Systems and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Topia Systems is a presenting sponsor of the Tuesday Night Top Split here on P1. Built right, price right, game on. To learn more about Topia Systems and what they offer and can offer you, check them out. The links to their websites and socials are in the description. They are a proud sponsor of our coverage on Tuesday nights. Now a battle between Vitor Jacob Collins. This is for 10th as Collins goes around him on the high side. Ooh, getting a little close there between Vitor and Seb Alexander. Seb's going to go to the bottom, get the pass done, and now move Collins up into the top 10, and Seb's going to follow him right up into the top portion of the top 20 there. Meanwhile, back up front, Pizarro, 27 laps into this thing and setting a blistering pace as he has himself a 3.3 second lead, and he's about 5 seconds away from catching the tail end of the field.
That's pretty good. That's a disadvantage that's an advantage for the leader. Disadvantage when you're still on the tail of the group and don't try to do something or wait for the first pit stop, and that's the Olivia could be disadvantage because if you come into the pit, you're gonna lose at least 2 laps plus half, at least almost 3 laps if you come into the pit in green flag.
Yes.
So, but if you run to the front, you lose 2 laps only, at least, no more than that. So
yeah, very slow pit road here. Very slow pit road here. 40 miles an hour, and it's a very hard pit road to get onto as well.
Yeah, it's really not good. I think so. To make the undercard is no. Maybe not.
I think Pinero was rolling down as Trey did a little bit. This battle is getting closer. Tonight's rule set. According to iRacing, this is an 8.5-mile D-shaped oval, but IndyCar measures this place at 0.894 of a mile. It is 110 laps. We're doing 93 iRacing miles tonight, or 98.3 IndyCar race miles tonight, depending on what measurement you want to use. No fast repair, 3 sets of tires, 1 in the car, 2 in the pits, 40 mile per hour fixed pit road speed limit. This is a fixed setup race. Everyone's using the same setup. And here's Pinero to the inside of Trey Shadid, who wore off the good of those tires. Pinero's been kind of milking him down to the bottom, and he is going to clear him, move the Brazilian up to second. Trey Shadid back to third. Also, another battle that is starting to brew a little bit as we got Josh Ward and Clindy here in 4th and 5th.
I went on the back. Oh, Austin Boom, Lionel Sieg in the back, close to the wall, and Quilla 1, 2, 3 wide over there in front 2. kind of close. I know it's back on this field, but pretty interesting how they make the pass.
Well, Tues in a bit of a rough spot here. He's buried deep in the standings in the field right now, 19th. He is second in the points and hanging on, while the guy that's really chasing him down is currently the leader and pulling away and about a straightaway behind him right now.
Actually, it is. And Piñero is going. It's going. Going for a little more fast. Piñero so far. Let's see the fast.
And
right.
Clindy has caught Ward. Clindy to the bottom side. Clindy starts to push up a little bit. Needs to roll out of it. Gets back in line. Side by side behind him is Ponto and Brashear. Clindy gets by Ward as we were watching the battle a little bit further back. So move Clindy. This is kind of his adopted home track. He loves the corn races. Which one of his sponsors on his car is a big corn grower in Illinois, Sangerman Farms. So he likes the renewable energy here. Josh Ward now back to 5th. Caleb Brashear is in front of Matthew Ponto in 6th. Ponto back to 7th. Jacob Collins running with Seb. Seb underneath. Kind of a battle of teammates here. Going to give each other a little bit of room. Seb down low. Seb with a very good qualifying effort in the Indy Open, Indy 500 early results. He's in the fastest 33 at the moment.
I see Lyle Garcia on the back, and 21 hit the wall and lose little momentum and couple position over there. So, but yeah, that's tough. We have 40 laps, and the track is not really kind of hot. I know the 100 track is not really hot, like we saw in year end and Indy 500 with 133 in the track,
right?
Or maybe Atlanta, or maybe Texas also too. But still, it's tough. Actually, it's demanding a lot in physical, mentally, and also in drive, and also the tires too.
Well, this track has cars all the way around it now, as our leader has caught the tail end of the field, watching from our leader's perspective on the Robbie Gordon cam over the left rear. He has caught Zier and Hayward, and now he is experiencing the dirty air from Hayward's and Zier's car for the first time. Let's see if that gives him any difficulty as he tries to put them a lap down. And does Pinero roll him in? Right now, Pinero 3 seconds behind this battle.
In one lap, he was 3/10 faster, and Tony Pizarro now is 5/10, basically 5/10 so faster than Pizarro. So that's why the lap down. That's the problem. It's gonna be just time to Piñero catch Pizarro and make the pass. Piñero is faster also in the trap, so. Could be, I think so. Maybe Pizarro can be coming soon. When I see Piñero close, he can come into the pit, and oof, I'll see again in the wall. And that's the problem.
Gotta be careful there. That you're pushing now. You see the leader coming, and you want to go. And now Hayward missed the corner a little bit there. Had to check. Had forced Tony to check up a little bit. Tony now underneath. As we are we're only 7 laps away from the halfway point of this thing already. We are green flagged the whole way. This might be a pretty quick race. As Pizarro underneath Miss Excitement, he is going to put Olivia a lap down. And then he'll follow through, get the spot, not quite clear. As Olivia is going to fight tooth and nail to hold on to that position. And frankly, I do not blame her. You can't win a race. You can't be in contention if you go down a lap. Desperately hoping for a caution to come out there while she was still in front of Pizarro. Now Pizarro on by. Pizarro looking down low on Zier. And then he's going to get past Zier here in 3 and 4. He should clear as they get through the corner. Next up is El Patron, Antonio Estrada. Estrada running the high side. He might just give a little bit of relief there to Tony as Tony goes on by on the low side there.
And Adriano, 1.2.
Yep.
In maybe 5 laps?
Yeah. 1.3 now behind Pizarro as he's still yet to get to that lap traffic. I think Olivia Hayward is on pit road, so she decided to, after she went a lap down, to hit a scheduled stop. We are 2 laps away from the midway point here at Iowa Speedway.
She came back in 2 laps down. Actually, yeah, 2 laps down.
And side by side, Josh Ward and Trey Shadid. Trey Shadid's tires are gone. Ward on by. Here comes Brashear.
Oh.
And I'm going to shout out my wife that she just brought me ice cream from Dairy Queen, so that is awesome. Here's Seb Alexander now around Trey Shadid. So Trey's tires are gone. He was, I'm guessing he decided to push hard early and is kind of paying for it right now. He was probably hoping for maybe a caution. Here comes Seb Alexander underneath Caleb Brashear and passes Brashear. Yes, he does, and slides right up in front of him. Moves Seb Alexander up 15 spots, Lewis, to 15 spots to 5th.
Well, started for 20. He's one of the guys, he know how to save the tires and push to the end, and that's what he do it. 57 laps at the same tire, and he proved, look at that, it's going outside, wow. And Josh Ward said, good move to Seb Alexander, nice on that.
Now Seb can pull away, and in front of him, that is Antonio Estrada. Again, IAR and Road are kind of working together a little bit. So I would imagine Antonio is going to let Seb on by. A little bit further back here is Collins and Pizarro. And also Alan Brito. This is 9th, 10th, and 11th. As Brito, he is having a very productive race. He is absolutely 100% trolling us in that Red Bull livery. But he is 100% absolutely just as good as Seb Alexander right now, getting into the top 10, up 9 spots. Started shotgun on the field just about. He is now caught. Jacob Collins here for 9th. He's going to roll down to the bottom side. He had to lift a little bit because Trey Shadid was coming to pit road. Scheduled stop for one of our higher starters today. He started 2nd. Outside of the front row and has worn those tires out. No caution so far, coming to pit road to get a full service stop to make it to the end. Meanwhile, up front, Tony Pizarro, he has kind of been caught a little bit by Pinero, but Pizarro still going by traffic. Now he has gone by the mailman. He has put the mailman a lap down. Next up is Romanzini.
There is Pizarro and Pinero is close and close. So I think Pinheiro and Alexander really fast with the old tires. Really photos, super fast. Actually, is Seb Alexander more faster than Pinheiro with 2:10s. Also in track, so pretty impressed to see these 2 guys really fast, and the other one standing back and back and back. Also Pizarro standing in there. Also the 3rd one really fast with the old tires and also with dirty earth. This should be coming in 3 more or 5 more laps soon. all of them, including Pinheiro. Maybe Pinheiro is going to be extended a little bit for 3 more or 4
Back
more laps.
to battle here for 7th, Brito and Ponto. Brito now past Ponto. So he's now up to 7. You're right, pit stops are very, very close for everybody. This will be the one and only stop they need to make it to the end. They have, obviously, the extra set of tires that if someone wants to come to pit road on a late caution to throw those on and make a bit of a full send strategy move if that comes to that late in this race. But here comes Brito now on Josh Ward. And Josh Ward coming to pit road. So scheduled stop for the votive Indy Oval Series Season 1 champion. Meanwhile, up front, it is Pizarro. He has led them all, but not without a little bit of work ahead of him as Pinheiro starting to run him down. Meanwhile, Clindy hanging out in 3rd at the moment, doing what he needs to do to just secure this championship. This would be his first championship for a iRacing series in IndyCar. And also, I also point out this little fast fact, Clindy was one of only 2 drivers all weekend long last weekend to complete every lap in all 4 of his Indy 500 races that he entered. He turned 800 laps, never went down a lap, had 4 top 5s, all of them were podiums, 1 win.
That's a lot of time, actually.
That's
a lot of time. That's a lot of time in your life. All the laps.
And he also completed on Thursday night 500 miles and 200 laps in a caution-free Elite Racing League Indy 500 that we broadcast over on the Elite Racing Network. Okay, scheduled stop, Pinheiro. Does he come out in front of Pizarro? We'll watch as Pizarro is coming off of pit road right now, and he is going to be kind of stuck in traffic. Oh, yeah, and it's right in front of him is Jacob Collins coming to pit road.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No. Yes.
Oh, Fortson in the wall.
Wow. The yellow is even coming out. With Collins breaking in the middle of in the track.
We still got a lot of cars coming to pit road. Pinheiro, he's out, he's rolling. Here comes the leader.
Oh, it's 3 wide. Wow.
And he's going to be out in front of the leader, but he's still not up to 100% speed. He needs to get those tires warmed up. They got cars that's spinning out in front of him. And here's a battle for the lead when we cycle through.
Glendy have a meatball flag and Rapporti also too. What happened with Glendy? Oh, he missing. Oh no, he missing the entry.
Yeah, watch.
Like I said,
watch this. This is you mentioned this is a very dangerous and challenging pit road, and he's coming in hot. And here's what happened is he puts the car on the binders, gets down below the yellow line, but all the while, when you're trying to woe these things up, you got to turn, and it doesn't want to turn, and he needs to bail. Oh, he might be forgiven there. I don't know if that snaps back into place. It does, but he missed pit road. That is going to be costly.
Yeah, actually, he have a meatball flag, maybe have a repairs. But it's wow, and also Fraportis. I have a contact with Pizarro in turn 2 to try to catch Pinheiro. That's Fraportis have a meatball flag also too. Rest of Forson have a meatball flag because I don't know.
I think we saw him hit the wall.
Oh yeah, but it was like a net code.
I don't know. It looked like he made wall contact from my point of view.
Oof. I don't know.
And here comes Tyquilla, the last of the cars to stop, and he does what Glendy does, and he noses it into the wall.
Tyquilla.
So the 2 championship points leaders having problems here in the latter half of this race. And Pinheiro is your leader. Romanzini goes purple with a 179.7. In case you're wondering, the real-world IndyCar track record here is a 188.2 set by Scott McLaughlin last year. And your wins leader here in IndyCar history is Joseph Newgarden. He is the king of corn with 6 of the last 12 races. He has 6 wins here. This is also one of the few tracks that includes St. Pete, Barber, and Portland that Scott Dixon has never won at. Your leader is Pinero. Pizarro is second, running him down. Seb Alexander up to third. Josh Ward fourth. Trace Shadid has recovered the fifth. Brito is in sixth. Brashear seventh. Logan Edwards eighth. Ponto ninth. And Hayward, who at one point was at the tail end of this field, has survived and is now currently in the top 10.
Wow. To have a 4-spot win for her. So, very chaotic incident. So Aquila out of the race, Clendy in boxes, Rapporti 2 laps down with the incident, and Pizarro is getting close of, almost at the wall, Piñeiro, but it's getting closer to Piñeiro.
And here we watch at the back, out the back of Pinero's car, as Pizarro is there. And Pinero's going to make his car as wide as possible. And if these guys start the race, Seb Alexander will be in the picture very shortly. We see him back there a little bit farther. He is in a ton of traffic right now. Around him is Pizarro. We also have Zier and we have Hayward, and Seb gets around Pizarro and Hayward, so now he's trying to set sight on Zier.
Just there. It's not really far. It's there. It's really close. It's 2 seconds. I know it's 2 seconds a lot in IndyCar, but they are in the turn 4 now, and he is in turn 3.
Yeah, 2 seconds here at Iowa is pretty close, actually. 2 seconds in Indianapolis, you'll see the big difference there, but 2 seconds here is, it's not that far away. And they're pretty much a better part of a straightaway right now. As we come to 21 to go, if you're just joining us, it has been a very interesting second half of this race. If you enjoyed P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split presented by Topia Systems, and respect the stream, please do us a solid. If you're unable to donate to the broadcast, the next best thing for you to do, hey, just subscribe. It's free. And while you're doing that, make sure to smash that like button and ring the bell for notifications. That always helps the algorithm. You can also send us super chats as well. We certainly do appreciate it. Any donation you do is greatly appreciated. Tuesday Night Top Split is brought to you by Topia Systems. It's where quality and affordability go full throttle, from custom rigs to powerful pre-builts. Topia delivers top-tier performance without all the sticker shot. Topia Systems, built right, price right, game on. To learn more, check out their links in the description. And if you like the graphics you see here, that is being produced by my system on this stream. This is a Topia system. And if you want the same quality type of graphics on your rig as well, give them a shout. Everything you need is in the description. 18 to go here at Iowa. It is Pinero, Pizarro, and Seb Alexander. Pinero trying to put a bad week last week behind him, and the best way to do that is get a win as early as possible the following week. And he is lining that up right now as he's got 2 races to go and currently is the points leader in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. We will watch him as he attempts to go back-to-back in that series when they go to Milwaukee next week. And then a double points race at Gateway if he hopes to hold on to that championship. So he is trying to, in the best way possible, get all the momentum going into the final portion of that series. Pizarro second, Seb Alexander in third. Josh Ward a distant fourth right now. Brito not too far behind Ward. Brito up 14 spots. Seb Alexander up 17 spots. Logan Edwards, there's another guy we saw at the back end of the field at one of our shots earlier. And now this guy is up in the top 10. He's up 10 spots to 8th.
Well, sometimes, Iowa, you have the lucky. You can have that progress on a lot of spots, like a 17, like a Sel Alexander, and also Berthaud, or also Edwards with 10, like you mentioned. But at the same time, it's pretty hard. You have to use a lot of tires to go into the front. And sometimes, if you catch the adjust, could be like Alexander in the front from 20 to now 17.
And 11 to go. Don't go anywhere. It is going to get exciting because our leader has reached lap traffic, and that is Ponto in 9th. Ponto does not want to go a lap down. Neither does the car in front of him, Logan Edwards. That is for position as they are racing side by side, and in front of him, unfortunately, that's Romanzini down in 14th. He's down 1 lap. And he's just trying to turn as many and consistent fast lap as possible. And look on the high side, Pinero up high, passing 1, now trying to pass Logan Edwards.
That was close.
And he just went where the traffic wasn't, got the clean air, and got around the high side. But unfortunately now Pizarro needs to fight that same traffic, and he's running out of time. 8 laps here goes by really quickly. As now Pinero on the low side underneath Romanzini clears him. And now the next lap car in line for Pinero is Trace Shadid, the guy that was running second no more than 30 minutes ago.
And now it's 7. Wow. Yeah, you're right. That's the disadvantage. And also, this is the older page for the second stint. You see, Trisha Deed went so strong in the first stint, the first 30, 40 laps on the front, and then it went down from lap maybe 50 something to the back, and now it's 7. That's really hard to see for him.
Yeah, he pitted at lap 62, and he was kind of struggling leading up to that point, but that's kind of what happens. Everything happens so quickly here at Iowa. Coming to 4 to go. Your leader is Pinero, who has controlled this race since the pit stops. He came out in front of Tony Pizarro, who led much of the first half of this race. And here is Pinero again in lap traffic. Only one retiree, 21 cars started, 20 are still running. Our top 2 in points have had difficulty tonight. They are well down in the order. Coming to 2 to go, and right in front of our leader. That is Hayward in 13th. Olivia, this excitement is down 1 lap at the moment. Coming to the white flag for our leader, Adriano Pinero.
Oh, that's close. Wow, he close. He tried to save it, almost hit the wall, and he almost spun on there.
And, well, he makes it, and he makes it look easy tonight as we go caution-free, wire to wire, flag to flag. Pinero rebounding from a difficult week last week with a big win here at Iowa. Pizarro is second in his best finish in a while here on the top split. And Seb Alexander, we will get a chance to talk to him, hopefully, in the interview. He is our biggest gainer at 17 positions. He comes home third.
Nice for Alexander again. I don't know for how long he came back from back actually for iRacing, but nice back for Alexander with 70 spots. So it was pretty good race. I'll let you know for how long was the race today.
And there you see Pinero winner by 2.2 seconds over Pizarro. Seb Alexander third, Josh Ward fourth. Alan Boutreau, he's one of the other big gainers, and I'm going to guess he might be your Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the race, finishing fifth there with 14 spots earned and not getting on the podium. We'll give him a shout out. Caleb Brashear in sixth, Tracy did seventh, Logan Edwards eighth. Pizarro very quietly gets into the top 10. He finishes ninth, Ponto in 10th. Jacob Collins trying to get onto that bottom step of the championship podium. The math didn't help him here tonight. He comes home 11th with his chief competitor in front of him finishing second. So it's going to be a little bit tougher gain for him over the next couple of races. Austin Bloom, he comes for the tail end of the field. He started shotgun, and he finished 9 spots to come home 12th. Romanzini 13th, Hayward 14th. Vitor in 15th, Lilac Zier in 16th. Antonio Estrada 17th, Fraporti 18th, Fortson 19th. Clindy, a race he wishes to forget, but comes home in 20th. And his teammate, Ty Quilla, second in the points. Race he wants to forget as well, comes home in 21st.
So yeah, like you said, because Seb Alexander finished in the podium, I give you for Alan Petrol, fourth in a spot actually. Pretty good for him. Started from back in the field, now finished on fifth. So the race, 34 minutes and 22 seconds. Pretty fast race today in Iowa. So Glendia Chat says, sorry everyone, but I ate too much.
All right, let's get into the interview room. All right, and we'll get into the interview room, see if we got some people there like to talk. And there is Seb, but we'll bring up Seb right now. Seb Alexander, a big day for you. 17 spots gained. We'll just tell you, where did you find the most time here? Because you were really the man on the move, and if maybe you had a better start, this could have been a dub instead of a P3 for tonight, but a great race. Congratulations. Talk about your race. Where'd you find all that time?
In keeping the right front alive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And ripping the bottom, because I don't really know why people don't rip the bottom here, but I'm gonna go where the air is, and the air is
right.
the bottom, so there it is. Yeah, I just felt like I wanted to race, after all this quali and testing madness. I just wanted to switch it up a little, so I decided to start from the back just to get in it and go wheel to wheel against people, and I did. It was fun.
Wheel to wheel indeed, and a great way to start your week off leading into the Open Indy 500, which I know you have been very hard at work at. Leading into, does it feel good now to have some momentum kind of leading into the Open Indy 500 with a big P3 here today? And of course, we noticed that your qualifying is in the fastest 33 still for Open. So, you got to feel pretty good about the early start to your week.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still a bit nervous about my current time being able to make the cut or not. I guess we'll see, but I don't know if I have a lot more than that in me, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose.
Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone to say hi to on this big podium finish today?
I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna call out Murph today because he was crewing for me in this race, and yeah, fed me all the info I needed and told me what I needed to hear, and especially when I was wheel to wheel with Collins, he crucially told me to, it's time to back down so you don't burn up your stuff, and that allowed me to keep hacking away all the way through the first stint. So shout out Murph. Let's go have a beer.
All right, congratulations. Good to see you on the podium, and best of luck later this week as the week unfolds for qualifying and in the big 500 Open 500 later this weekend. We'll catch you the next time. Congrats.
Peace.
And that's it. We don't have anybody else in chat that would like to come on up and see us, unless Pizarro sent you, or unless Pinero sent you something.
No, actually, it's not connecting the Discord, so
Okay.
no words for him.
All right, and we'll give we'll give the stat line. Yeah, we'll give the stat line for Pizarro. Here's his stat line. And he had himself a great race. He led 70 of 111. And very easily, this win could have been his. Very easily could have been his. And there is Pinero, his stat line. And Pinero, just the faster pit stop. And you got to wonder sometimes with the faster pit stop. I know Pizarro is not a big league racer. Do you think that Pinero's experience on the league side of things has kind of helped him make those faster pit stops over some people that just kind of show up for official races? Do you think that type of stuff matters?
Yeah, for sure. Everything matters here. And I mentioned about the undercut in here, and Olivia did good, pretty good. That's what she said in chat. They say, I can't believe it. I did the undercut in Fixer Series. So that's kind of, you can do it in the 1.5 miles, but here is like kind of hard to do it, and did good, work good actually. But like I said, I think the experience. Pizarro have a lot of experience actually. Yeah, to be honest, is one of the guys I met in track long time ago. He's still around, sometimes coming around, and he have experience. But Pinheiro have a lot of leagues, a lot of victories, a lot of miles or kilometers around the track, and he did good. So he made the good stop. And Pinheiro sent me the worst. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna put you in there.
All right, we got some words. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty good for Pinheiro to send me that.
All right, he knows the drill. He knows the drill. Well, we'll go ahead and take a look at those here real quick. And here we go. I want to congratulate the podium finishers. Pizarro for P2, Seb for P3. Seb had a great race starting from the back of the field and just finished 4 seconds behind. He said he didn't practice much, so I was a bit lost in qualifying, but I did start third in a good position. During the race, I tried to preserve as much of the tire as possible. Remember, Seb said that. And at the beginning to make the progress in the middle of the race, and at the end of the stint today it worked. I think I stopped a bit better than Pizarro, which I think we were just talking about. We agree to that. So I managed to get back in front after the pit stop and just controlled the distance. It's a lot of fun when the race is 100% green. I'm happy to come back with the win after a few bad weeks. Have a great night, everyone. And those are the words from Adriano Pinero, our winner tonight.
Yeah, one of the toughest, but not for this season. Actually, it's really back on the field, bad performance. Remember last week in Indianapolis, it just he turned one lap, and even one lap, one turn, and that's it.
Yeah,
he went out because by himself. Actually, mistake by himself. So I remember a long time ago when they put the iRacing put the Indy the tires, the new compound tire stuff about the that stuff of the tires. He did the same thing. He went to the wall and then out. I don't know if I won that race with all of these big names around, but yeah, it was kind of very heartbreaking for him, but good win for him, and he did a pretty good job today in Iowa. So if you wanna, I can say bye. First of all, good luck for all of these 33 guys. I did the calculation, and from Akawesi to Marco Aurelio in 25, is just 0.06 the different time from this 25.
Wow.
So 0. That's really nothing in track. So good luck for everyone on the Open Series this weekend. not much to say about this race. Really, mistake about 20. Everyone can make a mistake. At least they don't count in the championship for him. That's a good thing. Because if he counted like a big important for Clendy, oh my God, that's a big lose for him. But at least he's still safe in the first place because Quilla didn't score very good in the. Actually, he was retired though.
Yeah.
In the championship. So we have 3 to go. Next week is
Homestead.
Yeah, pretty good race. Pretty good. Track. It's gonna be 9. So it's gonna be interesting to see all that track. Maybe pack race a little bit. Maybe at the half a race is gonna be pack race, and then everyone is gonna spray it because of course the tires is can burn it in the after maybe half a steam. So yeah, so good luck for everyone for Indy 500 Open. I see you next week on Homestead and ISRA on Monday, also too for P1.
All right, I think that's going to do it here for us. That's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Iowa is Adriano Pinero with the great rebound win. Tony Bizzarro, his best finish here in a while in the top split, finishes second. Seb Alexander, 17 spots gain, comes home in third. Join us again next week for round 10, week 10 of season 2 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split presented by Topia Systems. As the teams and drivers head to Vice City and Homestead Miami Speedway as we begin the stretch run to end the season. Coverage begins around 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that's 8:15 p.m. Eastern. And remember, as always, for the correct time in your area, you can find everything you need right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy, require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar, and we know you do, and enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description. And donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. You can also send us super chats in YouTube. We thank you for watching and make us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including another big one this Friday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the fixed Indy 500 top qualifier splits. This Friday, don't miss it. It'll be right here, Indy Open Weekend. Going to be a good one. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: Topia Systems. Topia is the presenting sponsor of the Tuesday night top split here on P1. Topia is where quality and affordability go full throttle. From custom rigs to powerful pre-builds, Topia delivers top-tier performance without all the sticker shock. Topia Systems, built right, priced right, game on. To learn more, check out their links in the description. SimWrap Market is your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources. From clean base liveries to pro-level design assets, SimWrap Market is everything you need to bring your brand on track. They also offer high-quality track cam packs, so you give your stream and replays that polished cinematic look. Visit simwrapmarket.com today. Download, customize, race. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram, and you can also check us out on Linktree. All the links you need are in the description. So for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1 and Topia Systems, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at Homestead for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split right here on P1. Good night, everybody.